Welcome to the Accomplished Brain podcast, where we share our passion, knowledge, and experience about the brain and health.
I wanted to show two more things. If you look at the hippocampal formation, there's an area in the hippocampal formation called your hippocampus in your medial temporal lobe. Unbelievable, right? That area is where your memory centers are. So just look at this area. Look at the arrow, right? And you could see that the limbic system fires into the hippocampus center. You could see the brainstem fires into the hippocampus center. You could see the olfactory, which is where smell fires into the limbic system, which fires into the hippocampus. You could see the hypothalamus affects the amygdala part of the brain, which affects the hippocampus. So here's the thing. What's the hypothalamus? Hormones. So what could possibly affect your memory? Just look at this. This is mechanism-based therapy. Smells, right? You could have hormones. You could have sleep, wake up, right? Because it's all affecting the hypothalamus. Your appetite, right? Light, right? Temperature, right? Then the brainstem. What's in the brainstem? Eye movements, light, smell, sound, vagal nerve stimulation, facial nerve, right? Vestibular. It's all in the brainstem. So you're starting to see this is mechanism-based therapies. So you're seeing, if you give a vestibular exercise, that can almost benefit the memory. You give a smell, that might benefit the memory. You affect the hormones, that might affect the memory. You affect sleep, so your sleep gets better, memory could get better. This is how Jeff and I, we look at people who have complex neurological conditions. And this is how we go back, looking at it from the mechanism-based and then respecting the evidence-based. And that's what I kind of want to share with you guys.
Right. And I think this is also like this diagram specifically is a great way to think through something like PTSD, right? If you see something, right, and the hippocampus is involved in memory, that's going to bring up that trauma again, right? If you smell something, right, something coming from the brainstem, that's going to go back up to the hippocampus and bring back that memory of whatever that traumatic event is. And you can see the cycle of how it affects the limbic system, how it affects your hormones, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so I say, look at this diagram and connect the dots. So the hippocampus, and then here's the other thing. Also, where the hippocampus sits is in the medial temporal lobe. What activates the medial temporal lobe? What can we do exercise-wise? Is tracking eye movements. So let's go back in, right? And this is great stuff. Just want to share one thing. So we could go in, and here we go. We could go right online, right? And here we go. And this is what we obviously bring up our software. We could give a client something like this, right? We could go like this, as simple as this. And we could go in and we could say, hey, we want to do a tracking.
Right. So very quickly as a practitioner, you can go through this and start stimulating pathways for the client.
You could start stimulating this. We could give a gray background. We could give 2 reps, right? We can give a speed of 3, right? We can now, hold on one sec. We'll go like this. You can give 1 set. Again, we can affect, we talked about the vertical as, say they have something going on in their pons. We want to give them at 6 to 11 because we want to get more of a vertical eye movement. And here they go. They track the target, simple, speed, color, specific angle where we could put the eye, and we could put this right on their phone. So obviously they could see this. This is simple. They could do some of the and this exactly where we're playing on our screen could be those settings could play right on their phone. Customized program.